man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Quarterback making checks. Looking downfield. It's caught. Throws for the tight end. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. From the gun, lost the pass. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
The Commodores come to the line with a new set of downs.
Rolling, boys. Time to go get
Running back down. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
Can make a play here. Take it to him. Make him jump offside. Yeah. Make some plays out there, offense.
Back to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Defense got it on the run. He's dragged down to the ground, but what a... There, scoops up the loose football and moves the chains.
Defensive coordinators always preach swatting and batting at the football and trying to punch it out, trying to dislodge the ball from the ball carrier, and boy, they did it right there.
The give is to Miller. I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to throw at Simpson. Just a barista-clock-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down.
It's a really nice-looking throw. This dude is a weapon in this offense at the quarterback position. It's so funny, you know, I think back to guys like Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron, guys that may or may not have unfairly been tabbed as game managers. And then you think of Jalen Hurts, Tua, and Bryce Young in recent years, and just how dynamic and versatile these...
To the 30 and gets a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense. Just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Now down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. Give to the running back. A fortuitous turn to keep possession of that one. I don't know if it was gratuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
The one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
Dropping back, it's Simpson. Fires in the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did for 6 points.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown.
It's the bigger step of football than time. You turn your football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. To the air on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll run it on the gun. He just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
After the strong run on second down, third down coming. Do they do it again? Back to throw. It's Bama. It's reeled in. It's Sherry. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
He'll keep it himself. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
To the air on second down. Fires to the right. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
It'll be third and long.
Come on, offense. Come on. Let's go.
Looking downfield. Needs a bunch. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
On the field in front of them as they open this possession
force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Oh, will they dial up on second and a long way to go. Wants to go up top. Moves it in. It's brilliant. The defense to take it in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football. You know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature and you find them and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
He'll bring it out. It's Dillon. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15.
Take it to him! Let's go!
Looks as if he's going to run it. Got enough for the first down. There was a time when if you had a guy who runs like he does, that you move him to a different position. Not anymore, man. These quarterbacks can run and throw.
Yeah, back in my time, I was throwing to guys like that. I certainly wasn't moving like it, but boy, oh boy, you hold your breath every time he takes off because that guy might be the fastest player on the field.
And the Commodores, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. He'll do it himself. Got room to work. At the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Keep it together! Okay, let's make some good plays.
To throw, it's Pavia.
This defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays like we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. He's looking to pass. That's a touchdown. Touchdown for the air for the score.
And this QB starting to do some work. That's a big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. It's Hale. He's brought down to the 16. Would have been much better off than taking touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking for a physical attack from the guy. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the second. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. The give to the back. And knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
This offense, you're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk, and on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more, but sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to pass. It's Simpson. Here's the pressure. Just 2 might keep that time, and they knock him down.
This is a good sign for this defense. The way they're going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half. This was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the edge. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on 3rd down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening. Run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
So we got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in this last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
You don't see offensive pass interference called very often, so usually you know it's pretty blatant. It's pretty obvious. It's a severe push-off or, you know, obviously trying to break up a play so you don't give up a
out of
pick,
here with a
but clear offensive pass interference.
And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Oh, that hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands. Great play. You still get a pass breakup, but, man, that could have been an interception by the defender there. Nice break on the football, but secure that big fella and get the 6. Get the pick 6.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now 1 more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long.
so scary about this offense. They've got guys on the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The Commodores will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all of the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
They'll lead it right. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35.
It's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. We'll send the tight end in motion. They give it to him again. Nice move there. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31. And the Commodores really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
3rd and short, I have no problem with RPO because I can run it or I can throw it if I see something opening. Maybe he should have ran that one. You got 2 downs possibly to still try to make it happen, but he definitely didn't throw an accurate ball.
Fourth down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. It's a shot as he throws, and it never had a chance. Incomplete.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to the playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
Now a 1st down from the 45-yard line. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the right. Right, make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air, it's Simpson. The quick inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many 1st downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. They'll move the tight end. Looking downfield on 1st down. Now improvising. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off his spot. He gets outside the pocket, and a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback, and still getting a good lick as he's throwing the football.
So now it's 2nd and long. The give from the gun. Get him! Fights off the defender.
consistently run the football. A steady diet because you can break the long touchdown runs. Nice job breaking through the line of scrimmage, outrunning the rest, getting in for the long touchdown.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Miller. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. To the ground. Through the defense. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one.
Keep the ball moving.
Oh, did you like that stiff arm? Get a face full of that as he gets it up to the 34.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Commodores with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. And off to the single back. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
And the Commodores have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now the throw. Looking to the big play. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
Well, we knew coming into this one, the tight end was a big part of this offense, and you've seen it early in this game. They've moved him around. They've thrown it to him in a lot of different ways. Defense is going to have to make some adjustments trying to stop this guy.
They'll run the option.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. And that's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it out. It's Hale. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. A 1st and 10 for this offense. Miller with the ball. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Wide receiver going in motion. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Rides the back and leads it from the option.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push and just kind of give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards.
They'll keep it on the ground. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. They'll immediately call timeout. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Just going to keep it after the snap. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. And he's just going to spike it. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. To the air, it's Simpson.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage, they were taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. They're working that left side. He's going for the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the 2nd quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. He's looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead, and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. That's going to do it here in the 1st half. Everybody stick with us. We'll head to halftime. Commodores will kick it away to crank up the 2nd half.
onus on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air, it's Simpson.
It's not just the offense that makes adjustments at halftime. The defense does too. At that time, maybe showing a little bit of a different look than what they did in the first half. Looked like they confused the quarterback. They're able to come away with a pick.
Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. I'm running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Really nice play. When you talk about Alabama and their dominance on defense, especially in recent years, it all starts up front. You have to have disruptors playing on the defensive line, guys that can be versatile and line up at different positions, but create havoc in the backfield. And that's what this guy's been able to do throughout his career.
They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend.
Tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him, but really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Might be looking to run. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to throw. It's Simpson. He's moving out of the pocket. They got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Really nice play getting that first down. And listen, I know when a lot of people think about the Crimson Tide recently, they think about the success they've had at the quarterback position. A big reason why, though, those guys have been playing so well, they're throwing to NFL talent all over the field. And this dude right here, he could be the next first-round pick at the wide receiver position from Bama.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Shakes off the defender.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll run it to the right. Pass the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. They'll give it to him again. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the ball.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that now, what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create...
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 34.
Offensively, I love balance. I love when I get some big gains on the ground. Now taking shots down the field, but I got to protect my QB. They did not keep him upright. He had a chance to make a play, especially after the big run play, the play before. The defense was playing the run. QB couldn't get it done.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Looking to throw at Simpson. And a good job of coverage by that defense just to short way up.
Guys at the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downfield. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game. And I got to be able to throw you the football. You can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
If you're the quarterback there, third down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window.
I'm not really sure what the thought process here is other than just trying to troll them by not running the play. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. On the move. It's up 10. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Back to throw, it's good. With the catch, it's Alexander. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
This running back is a weapon. Not only is he going to hurt you in the run game, but they're going to throw it to him, and they're going to throw it to him on first down, second down, and third down, as you saw right there.
And the Commodores come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wideout. Just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Toss to the outside. Goes through a tackle. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
You you know, you toss the ball to the running back to get him away from all the big boys, right? Like, stay away from the beef. Those guys get you on the ground with one meat hook. Do a good job tossing the ball in the brim. But goodness gracious, has to break one tackle, just fight as hard as he can to try and get positive yards. But too many guys coming after him too quickly.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. And if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
No good. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
What is the deal?
They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. To the air, it's Simpson.
What the foul?
Gets out there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
Really nice job on the scramble that time. He saw an opening. He went out and got the first down with his legs. He's killing this defense right now. Throwing it. He's now doing it running as well. Anything this guy wants to do is working.
Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun to give to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. They'll move the wide receiver. Back to pass on second down. He got a step and just dusted the field.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Inside the 30 at the 29, it's a first down. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wide out. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first 3 periods. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Looking for a gap. It's Young. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to throw, it's Simpson. Still looking on the move. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they take it in for 6 more points. Just blinding speed. Speed that almost paralyzes defenders.
When you got a quarterback with that much speed, you got to find tricky ways to put more speed on the field, spy the quarterback with somebody that's really, really fast. And even when you do, a lot of times he still makes plays because he's that dang fast and that explosive.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Miller. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback.
tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Wants to go up top on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Quarterback may change this route. Looking for man. It's Pavia. And throwing the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
As a defense, a lot of times you're coming into the game and you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback. And they've done more than that today. They have dominated this football game. The offense has carried their weight, and this is looking like a great outcome.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop them right here. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Looking to take a shot. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game. So they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on fourth down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Come on, man. Let's make a play here. Show what you're working with. Hey. No movement here, guys. Shut them down. Cricket. Let's go.
Give to the back.
Well, that's called paying off good field position. You've got the lead here late in the game. You've got the ball back. You're on your opponent's side of the 50, and on your very first play, you break off a long run. This defense right now is playing on their heels late.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown time! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Coming out with it, it's Dillon. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Weeks like this aren't tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week.
Play out there. Let's go.
Guys, dig deep.
Back to pass, it's Bama. Rushes on him. Catch in the middle, it's Richardson. Really needed a play like that to get
for the QB a lot of times. Look at those safeties. Is it man or is it zone? Nice job. You could tell right away. He saw it was zone, understood where to go with the football, and that's why this offense had a positive game right away.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it up to 45.
Man, that quarterback knew that was a tiny window to throw into, and he just showed off his cannon of an arm.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Clock is under 4 minutes as they come to the line for 2nd down. Looking to fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number 1 for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this offensive line's got to do a better job.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. Looking for a man. It's pass is incomplete, but a lot of contact there. I think it's going to be pass interference and a 1st down. The Commodores are rolling down the field. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to throw again. Throws to the tight end. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
And this is always the time in the game where coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times, you've turned the football over. Like, continue to play, find some ways to maybe get a few 1st downs and make something positive happen.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the 1st.
And the Commodores will line it up on 1st and 10.
At this point in the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Dropping back. It's Bama. Throwing right. Taking it the other way. He's inside the 40. 20. Touchdown! What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense here in the 4th quarter. They're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Dillon. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback.
took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Motion from the wide receiver. Second down, he'll throw it. Looking downfield. And he throws another interception. His third of the night.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Paul. They've done what they want in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They want that back to Lee. Defense holds their ground. Pick up of a yard. It's at the 26.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. Back to pass. It's Russell. Throws wide open downfield.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Quarterback's just going to take a knee. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. When the offense is content with where it is, they'll take a knee. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, two really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much